PK here, and welcome to another episode of 12 Games a Year, the series where I only buy with my own money 12 games for all of 2018. So people can send me games or codes or whatever, I just can't buy it with my own money. Anyways, for today's episode, which is long overdue and I'm a little behind on episodes, I am talking about game number 10, which is Golf Story for the Nintendo Switch. And this is a limited run games game, actually, of all things. This is my first time actually buying any game from Limited Run Games. Golf Story is a game I've probably invested about 40 hours into on the Nintendo Switch, and I've still not actually finished it. I'm actually still on the very last hole and have been for a while. My character's at like level 40 something, and I just can't beat it because I just don't want to, because I just don't want the game to end. I know that's a weird thing. So when I found out Limited Run Games was going to be issuing a physical copy, I was like, okay, I give up. You win, Limited Run Games. I said I'd never buy anything from you, and now I bought something from you guys. You know, I've always had mixed feelings about Limited Run Games because for the longest time they made literally, you know, you had a pre-order and then you had like a very limited window to get it. But then they started doing with more games having actual pre-orders that you had like a certain amount of time to get it. Like you had like an open pre-order for like 2 weeks or something like that. And if you get it in that time, you're fine. So I was like, okay, I have to get this. So, you know, I just have a weird feelings about limited run games. Like, for example, for me, PlayStation 4 games make no sense getting physical releases because, quite frankly, you play them physically from the actual system itself. It's not the disc that's playing it. So if so it basically downloads onto your console. So that, to me, that's never made any sense. That's not really a physical game in my eyes anyways, like a PS3 game was. But then again, maybe you could look at it from also the perspective that there are really no physical games in the sense that everything needs an update nowadays. So, especially as far as like current gen and last gen anyways. But yeah, weirdly enough, I'm okay with the Switch and Vita getting physical releases from Limited Run Games. I know, that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, what can I say about Golf Story? It's the tops, okay? It's probably my favorite game on the Nintendo Switch, without a doubt. It's an RPG with golf elements to it. Basically, you're playing golf, of course, but it's also kind of funny and silly. Like, there's moles that'll like take your ball away. There's a bird who'll just swoop up and take your ball or something like that. And yeah, it's an RPG basically, and it's a lot of fun, and the story is charming. It's so much like all the older classic sports movies and stuff like that. I love this game. I can't help it. It was like, yep. So I did it. I bought a game from Limited Run Games. Oh, another thing I want to bring up too is the fact that also another game that was also selling at the time was Golf, which was an NES version of the game that was in Golf Story, which in my opinion is the most mediocre thing about the entire game. So I couldn't believe that not only that people were buying this, but not only that people were spending, crazy money on eBay for a copy of it. I'm like, really? Like, there's other golf games on the NES that are probably better than Golf, in my opinion. But here nor there, people will spend what they spend their money on. To each their own. I consider myself a huge fan of Golf Story, but I'm not that hardcore a fan. I'm sorry. To each their own, as like I said. But anyways, what do you guys think? Have you played Golf Story? Is this a game that you'd be interested in? Let me know down in the comments sections. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep on gaming.